Thank you for spending another midweek moment with the Wisconsin Property Taxpayers. I'm Paul Rozeski. Today is Wednesday, the 18th of September, 2024. This week, starting today, Wednesday, the Brewers have 11 games in 12 days, all at home. And I don't think I'm risking any jinx here. They control their own destiny, and they need to win 2 of those games to make the playoffs. What I wonder is how they will look in the playoffs. By my count, they're finishing the season playing 32 games in the final 34 days of the season. Luckily, it isn't a close playoff race, so their pitching shouldn't be burnt out, and if their offense keeps producing at a similar level, they could maybe make a run and make this entertaining. Maybe watch the game on Friday while you celebrate National Punch Day. And as a public service, I'm here to tell you that it is a day to enjoy a rum punch, not a day to hit someone with a clenched fist. Too many of one could lead to another, so please, please, please celebrate responsibly. Without further ado, let's step up to the plate and jump into some news together. Let's start off in the Northwoods with an update on the ongoing power struggles, negotiations, between the Lac de Flambeau Ojibwe tribe and the town of Lac de Flambeau / state of Wisconsin. Quick recap. The tribes are a solemn nation. Non-tribal members own some land on the reservation, so there's been an agreement for road access for those landowners. It officially expired about 9 years ago. The tribe has asked for a resolution and felt like it was going nowhere, so the leverage they had in the negotiations was to finally restrict access to the roads, which finally got people to pay attention outside of their little corner of the state. This now has news coverage and state lawmakers getting involved, and it's disappointing all around. The government side really mismanaged this by not getting something done. The tribe has made mistakes early on and made it look like this is only a blatant money grab. In my opinion, this is going to continue to be messy because now I think the tribe's goal isn't about the amount of money it would take to justify road access. It's the amount of money to compensate for being disrespected. It's no longer about what a comparable easement for road access would cost, and I think a recent development really proves my point. There was a meeting in the town of Lac de Flambeau to try to come to a resolution. State Senator Mary Felskowski was there, and in an aside, my observations of Mary is that she is what either side of the aisle would want in a quality elected official. Firm in her convictions, is willing to be direct with people and ask hard questions, even if it causes a little tension and conflict. Well, since the tribe has the leverage here and can simply continue to restrict access until their terms are met, Mary made the following comment, quote, "It's kind of like giving in to terrorists and I don't like it," unquote. Well, the tribe, as a sovereign nation, didn't appreciate being lumped in with other sovereign nations that harbor terrorists, and as a result, took the step of banishing Mary Felskowski from being able to come on their tribal lands. It's a move that's typically used in scenarios to keep convicted criminals like drug dealers off the reservation, but it's part of their toolbox, and it was their way of voting to take action to reprimand her for talking how they felt like was out of line, kind of like a lawmaker being censured. So at this point, it isn't about road access. It's about the pride of a people. In a way, I can see the story being kind of similar to, say, an underdog group of colonies felt like they were being treated with a casual disregard by the government at a time where they were willing to come to a win-win situation, but they're past that point now. Now, it'll take 2 groups to come out and eat some crow. First, Tony Evers' office, which has pretty much taken the "we're monitoring the situation" approach, as in, I'll let someone else be the first to run into that political minefield. Well, for our politically savvy Teflon governor to come out and have to eat some crow, that will be painful. And two, the conservative legislature, who only likes to spend money when they can control or at least have their thumbprint on every single nickel that gets approved. They're going to have to spend on someone else's terms, and for them, that will be painful. This is what it's going to take to end this, and it's going to get dragged out for as long as it takes them both to realize what the solution needs to be. That is the negotiating position that they've put themselves in my humble opinion. I guess time will tell. In other news, there have been plenty of indicators that our economy is shakier than it used to be. So how about a story that I think indirectly says the exact opposite? In spite of the cost of living being considerably higher since the year of COVID in 2020, one economic indicator is back to pre-pandemic levels: gambling. In the 2019 fiscal year, Potawaotami Casino took in $425 million in winnings from their slots and games. In the 2023 fiscal year, they took in $430 million. Wow, that doesn't include revenue from the hotel or restaurant, etc., just their winnings, which can only come from players losing. Wow. And finally, I will let you decide whether this qualifies for the You Can't Make This Up file. Wisconsin is one of only 3 states that don't have any statewide laws that restrict the ownership of kangaroos. You do not need a permit to own a kangaroo in Wisconsin at the state level. 37 states have completely outlawed kangaroo ownership. Another 10 allow citizens to own a kangaroo with a permit. Wisconsin, West Virginia, and South Carolina are in elite company, don't require a permit at all. Since there are no state regulations, it falls to the local governments to create the guidelines as they see fit. Add kangaroo to your list of answers to the question of, what do you get the person that has everything in Wisconsin? That can be one of your answers. And in closing, and speaking of local government, I will leave you with a quote from John F. Kennedy that I think talks to the importance of getting involved and getting out to vote. Quote, "There are risks and costs to action, but they are far less than the long-range risks of comfortable inaction." Unquote. Have a great second half of your week, and as always, thanks for listening. Wisconsin Property Taxpayers Inc. is a nonpartisan membership organization consisting of thousands of small business, farm, and homeowner members in every sun-drenched corner of the state. Founded in 1985, the organization is committed to providing its members with up-to-date information, legislative advocacy, and exclusive cost-saving benefits. Find out how to join at WPTOnline.org/join.